think anyone in this pit is excited to race that track. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people could back me up for that. So yeah, I was going to do a run on my hardtail just a moment. I think like you shouldn't really be able to get down to the World Cup downhill track on a hardtail, but I reckon a few boys be able to get there on a hardtail no way. So I think the idea is a few of us are going to do a train first run tomorrow, hardtails, just to sort of like, really, is this what we're racing? But like, I understand Leogang got big budget, just a shame they couldn't pay the farmers so we could use the forests.
The track's easy enough that you could do a run on a hardtail with slick tyres and not have a problem. And I think a World Cup track shouldn't be like that. I think it should be kind of difficult in places, and you should struggle to be like to ride it. And if you can do it on a hardtail, then I don't think it's really hard enough. So we'll see. It could cut up and be quite rough and a fun track, but then again, yeah, we'll see.
It's just the same track as last year, just with a big bulge in the motorway. And there's nothing to challenge like a World Cup ride. Like my dad could get down there with his hybrid flipping bike. Like it's embarrassing. Like
there is that horrendous drop into the chocolate pudding icing.
Oh yeah, they made it like a. No, that'd probably be a good bit. Like they've got like a soft left-hander. That'd probably be the best bit on the track when it gets ruts in it and then the sun comes out. Pretty embarrassing really for a World Cup track. Like if our Leogang would not have presented that to the world, no way.
What do you think of the track, Joe?
Same old, isn't it? I don't know. A bit easier than usual. They got rid of them shit rock gardens, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, but like,
I think.
It's a good thing, but like, I don't think it's a good thing either, because like there'll be bugger all to separate people now.
Yeah, but they were just dangerous, I think, in like a sketchy way. They were man-made, so they didn't have like a natural flow to them.
I guess
at least they got some nice loamy sections.
They put one or two loamy bits in
Some
there.
bits are going to be good. They slowed it down a few bits.
But then other bits are like, there's nothing there. There's like nothing there.
Yeah.
It's literally riding the bloody trail centre in Wales.
Yeah, but it's Leogang. You can't expect too much. So you don't come here expecting to ride slapping, do you? It'll be good. It'll be good fun to ride.
Well, the thing is, like David and Pecole told Leogang that like you got to make some changes, and they give them some good suggestions, but like the farmers are just like no. So like, but turns out there is a really good place to ride, like an hour away. Have you heard of it? Sladney. Like there used to be a good race there. Like I think if they went back there, then everyone would be well happy. So I'd like to see that happen in the future.
I don't know. I think more technical is the direction we need to be going, and this track this weekend is definitely not the way. There's some good sections, but then they've also dumbed it down in so many ways that it's kind of, I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow when we ride it, but it's not looking like the best track. But I don't know. It could be a bit of fun, but then again, it could also be pretty bad.
But there's so much more potential in the top section and the bottom section to have something nice and natural.
Yeah. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because we're coming from the rider's point of view, but like as an organiser and all that stuff, you've got to have the venue.
That's the thing, yeah, people watching as well. If the time's going to be super tight, racing's tight, that's good to watch.
It's like the guys at Fort William were talking to, the trail builders were saying how that they want to make everything shorter so the times are closer and make things more simple.
They've worked out.
We kind of like old school stuff and just having fun and getting loose.
I think they've worked out like that 3-minute tracks are perfect for their viewing or whatever, so it's like
cool. That's what we grew up watching, like guys, you know, Sam Hill would win by like 7-8 seconds, and you know, like even Danny Hart at Shampoo, that was sick, like 11-12 seconds, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore, and everything's close. And
bigger than like a 5-second gap even. That's still pretty big, so.
Huge.
fair bit.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, bring back steep, tight, gnarly stuff.
It's just gone too far into television, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That they make it for TV, not for the riders anymore, and it's getting dangerous. Did you see that bog on the end of that flipping triple thing?
Yeah.
How dangerous is that?
Tomorrow, when I hit the bog on the motorway, I think I'll probably be in more of this sort of stance, trying to pedal through it. It's actually going to be dangerous, that bog. Like, you're going to hit it about 30 miles an hour and just go. Hopefully not. We'll see. I'm sure the juniors and the girls will wear the ruts in lovely for us.
Harry Malloy, Flow Style.
What up? Unfortunately, I'm usually quite good at simple tracks like this. I'd like to say I'm good at like steep, gnarly stuff, but I think this is probably in my favour.
sick. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about what do you think about this track? I'm interested.
Totally opposite to what you said, I think.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's like the same course for everyone.
Yeah.
So I kind of always like try and be on the positive side without sounding too lame. But for sure, like I would much rather be riding Schlabbing, for example, than riding this. Like there's a no-brainer.
Yeah. What's your favourite type of racetrack? Like elements?
Might try on grass.
Alright, what's
definitely flat out, like needs to be flat out but not hard to go flat out. Not that keen on tucking. And that's going to be a lot of this track. I think like this.
What about down here?
I've heard that's good as well.
How about that?
I'm not sure I've got the skills to be able to do that though.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. I'm going to hold it to get some.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
Oh, that's quite a hardcore workout to be fair.
Yeah, but you got to be fit to win.
Yeah, you have. See, like, why is downhill? I didn't race downhill to fucking talk about tucking techniques. Like, I wanted to race downhill because you have to think about line choice. There's nothing to differentiate skill. It's become more like road cycling, whereas an athlete point of view, you have to be stronger and fit. I'm just reminiscing, like, you think back like 2009 and 8. What we had in the calendar was like Schladming, Champery, Fordham's always good. Monsan's always good. Like, you think of them tracks, that's the show, I think, for me. Like,
still have Andorra Val
and Andorra Val yeah. Have you heard about this protest tomorrow?
No, hardtail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it?
Get a hardtail?
So that means you're unhappy with it then, if you're going to do the protest?
Well, no, I guess everyone knows it's not what downhill is. At the end of the day, it's not what like we want to be perceived as downhill. Anyone, realistically, like someone that can ride cross country at whatever ability could ride down that track.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have a track that you think, how the hell did someone even ride down that?
Yeah.
Like Champery is like you're not walking up it, are you? Climbing up it, for example, and everyone had a hard on over that. And it was impressive. It was really impressive. But yeah, I think the one thing that could be bad about it is if someone there's no rules against using an enduro bike. I've got nothing really against enduro. I've got nothing against it, but
yeah,
it's meant to be separated from downhill.
Yeah,
and if someone, I personally think someone could win on a short travel bike.
Like, I reckon 2008 and 9 or whatever. I don't think you could win Champion on a 29er. I don't think you could anyway.
I don't think you could.
So does that show where the sport's kind of going? It's just going faster and straighter and I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember who told me, but I chatted with someone last week and they were saying that the sport in 5 years' time is going to be way like flatter without steep stuff in favour of sort of like 29 aspects, like an average speed, but a lot slower, which doesn't. Yeah. But like a lot slower and maybe a bit longer.
Well, like people have got big wheels now because the tracks are flat and rough. They're not rough. They're becoming smoother and faster. So obviously big wheels suit that. Like I want to see steep, technical, like natural tracks like that are built with shovels. That'd be sick.
Tracks are tested right.
Yeah, that's it. Like tracks now are just testing people's fitness and how fast you can ride a berm. Like they used to test your actual skill. You don't see an off-camber corner on a track now, or some wet routes, or like something you got to get wide to set up to carry speed. Everything's just a bike park line, which is no fun.
So yeah, give us some techie stuff from that, could you?
I'm not saying this is the right thing. I don't particularly want 29ers. I think it's a shame once everyone's on them, you're the same place as you are now. And it might make it harder for young kids and people to kind of get into the sport. Because bike companies aren't going to make a range of different size wheel bikes, are they?
And it's like every other cycling aspect has got like rules against this.
Yeah.
And
well, they've got a rule you're not allowed a bigger front wheel and a bigger rear and a smaller rear wheel.
Which is weird.
On downhill?
Yeah.
Really?
You're not allowed a 29er front wheel.
You're just not allowed different wheels.
Different wheels, yeah. You have the same size.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that would work good. 29 on the front, 27 on the back.
Some acceleration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're inconclusive on that very long chat. But my opinion is something needs to change. What's yours?
I think if you have bigger tracks, well, faster tracks, bigger wheels, faster times, more coverage, and you get more money in the sport,
yeah,
and you get more spectators. But that also means it's not rider-led, so then you don't have the tracks that everyone wants to ride. It's not as interesting for the actual riders in the sport.
But I've never had the opportunity ever to have my opinion said about any tracks. Have you?
It's mainly, no, there's never been the conversation, it's always like a specific one about a race that I've been to, you know. Maybe there needs to be like an organised meeting about like overall, but it's always been about a track and whether there's a bit that someone's not happy with or whether someone's riders aren't happy with.
Specific sections on each track.
Yeah. Well, it shows there's something wrong if there's a protest going on tomorrow morning and everyone's riding a hardtail down the World Cup downhill track. You know, it shows that riders can stop. I don't know.
Yeah, something could probably be said. I thought something would be said after last week at Fort William about that, but I don't know really what went on about that.
There was a little bit of uprising. Not much.
What's your last opinion, Joe?
What, on
closing statement?
Wheel sizes or tracks or what?
Everything.
I don't know. Still racing your bike. Still, everyone's still having fun when they're here. It's just, I just wish it was a bit more technically. I wish there was more to separate people, more line choices and stuff like that. That's the main thing for me, is the lack of line choices up there. You seem to get stuck into one rut, and then it's whoever can ride that one rut or that one line the fastest, which wins. You don't have like the room for creativity anymore. Which is a shame.
Another thing I find is weird. We've got, as is an extreme sport, and our sport is totally different to road cycling in that you think of road cycling, you're on a bike, there's not much in terms of line choice and stuff, and it's about that performance of your muscle. And here it's so much more skills based. Like, it's weird that we've got a governing body that's ruled from road cycling. Like that thing with the wheel size, that's come from road cycling. I don't think there should be a rule to stop people from using bigger wheels in the back and small wheels in the front. It's purely from road cycling. So why is that? I don't know.
I think downhill's growing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Downhill's definitely growing, and maybe it's like taking all these changes and like things, different like variables for someone to like, for us to be thinking about it, for them to maybe think about it and say, oh, we need that rule that wheels shouldn't go any above a certain size or
whatever. Still sick. We're still racing bikes and having fun. So can't complain really.
It comes down to
perfect World Cup year would be Maribor, Schladming, 2 other Austrian tracks. Yeah, we use Leogang. Val d'Isère, Montanan's still good. Not so stoked on Fort William.
What's your perfect kind of track, racing wise?
It's a tough one. I definitely like the dirt and the corners of Schladming.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. But then it doesn't have, like, you want some bigger jumps and stuff. There's not that many big jumps in Schladming. So.
Some cool jumps.
No, you want a mixture of a few of the different tracks. Definitely the dirt Schladming, that's the best ever. And then some like high-speed rocky bits like Montanan and Fort William. Some more steep technical bits and stuff.
Yeah. Schladming. Andorra, definitely.
Andorra?
Champre.
Maribel, have you ridden Maribel? Oh, that's a sick track. Yeah, it's real good.
Maribel, for sure. That's a hell of a track. What other mega tracks do they used to race that they don't use anymore? Oh, Bromont.
This is called Livigno, World Championships 2002 maybe? Best track on the road, Monday tomorrow.
Champre.
They used to have a World Cup in Leger. It was amazing, natural track.
That's a sick track, yeah. There's a lot of good tracks they're not using.
They're just not using them, eh? Don't know. Money talks, I guess, or something. Or maybe they're just trying to make it easier to set up for TV, or maybe they just want tighter racing. But, I mean, you can't kill the sport from what it was. And that was a highly technical, very, very difficult sport. And a lot of the tracks aren't like that at the moment.
Lots of us cyclists are not as excited to race these tracks as the old tracks, that's for sure. 100% everyone here would like a steep, loamy track, and they'd be a lot happier. And he'd still be racing his bike if that was the case, I'm sure.
I'd come out of retirement if they put sladming on the
Look at his face. It's the happiest I've ever seen David.
If they had what would be perfect if it's Sladming, Maribor, Lavinio, Marybelle, Montanan, that'd be...
Even that little short track at Maribel.
That wasn't short.
It wasn't that long. It wasn't like... Was it? Yeah, but it was tight and technical.
Yeah,
so
that was sick.
That was class, like, so.
Yeah.
Just natural, just something that isn't made with a machine from top to bottom. Like, you just, you know, there's no room for, you know, someone who's setting up way over here by the tapes. It's just on this little path. Nobody really
the
gets...
racing line now is pretty much the same line for everyone. Like,
and every ride looks exactly the same. It used to be like, for example, when they raced Sladming in 2006 or 2007, Sam Hill would come through up by the tapes over here, and everybody else was riding here, and it was so exciting because he'd like picked a different line. But like at Fort William or something, or here, you just couldn't do it because it's made with a machine. The borders of the track are the borders of the track, and there's just not really much you can do in between all that. So
she's not mountain bike, she's like scale electrics. Isn't she? She's like,
I mean, it's still, obviously, we're riding 2 wheels, we're all happy, but we could be a hell of a lot happier if our skills could be tested a bit more. You know, we want sections that are difficult to get through, not, you know, yes, it's more difficult if you go faster, but it's kind of not what it's all about, really.
Yeah, like a lot of boys here would be stoked to rock up to a track and walk it and think, yeah, that's actually going to test me. Like, everyone here is just like, no one's stressed about any of the features. Like, you used to rock up to track and think, shit, am I going to be able to get up that line, or am I going to jump that? Like, no one here is going to be nervous about it.
It would have changed pretty much every other run. The track would have cut up differently. You had to be really switched on, the lines changing and stuff. You still do for any track, but like you basically couldn't turn your brain off if you had a World Cup at Chambray on a natural track. You had to be thinking all the time. You're even coming into sections thinking, is this going to be the same as the last time? And you had to think really quickly to take a different line or something. And like, the only track really that I can think where they still race on like that is Val d'Isole, and the rest of them, like even what's the other one in Switzerland? What was going Switzerland? No,
Andorra.
No,
oh, Andorra's a good track. Huh?
Lenzerheide, like, it's such an awesome hill. Like, I think everybody was really excited to go there for the first year because it was a Swiss mountain, really, really steep. We all got there and thought, wow, this is going to be good, and it was just machined the whole way down. Like,
we had woods, and they just used, so there's woods both sides, like amazing woods, dirt's good, and then there's just an opening that they just cut straight down. It's pure shit. I'd be happy if we never went there again.